Lucy?
Lucy's the brown sister. I'm her sister from another mother.
So in 1999, I got cast by a guy called Rob Tappert. And Rob Tappert was the producer of Xena and Spartacus. Rob was an American who teamed up with a few guys, Sam Raimi. And you know, they went over to New Zealand and they started using the economic exchange level because it was about 50 cents to $1, so it was cheap to shoot in New Zealand. So they went there and they built these two shows, Spartacus and Xena. So I got a phone call to go and audition for Xena, and I remember doing an audition in Sydney, Australia, which I felt very good about. And next minute, I landed this role, and I went to New Zealand, and I met Rob Tappert, who was the producer. During that role, I had a fight scene with some Romans. I was on top of Lucy Lawless, as usual. I was like, Rob, you cast me in Xena to be with your wife, and then you cast me in Spartacus to be with your wife. You know, just invite me over for dinner. You know?
I'll explain that in a minute.
But yeah, you know, here I am going into New Zealand to play this, and I remember at the time feeling like this is the first role that I thought was a role like Mark Antony. You know, that's a character to play, you know, a real character. And so, you know, I went and did that role. But while I was doing it, I had this fight against these Roman soldiers, and at the time, you know, the swords we were using were made of rubber. And I look at these stunt guys, tough guys, and I said, guys, look, these are rubber. So instead of like swishing through the air, why don't we just hit each other? You know, I was thinking it's not gonna hurt. And so as a little group over here, we decided that we're going to do it. Nobody else knew. And then we went on to set, and we were just whacking each other, just hitting each other, like, you know, it was hurting a little bit. But we were just going for it, you know, and then the safety officer came onto the set and said, stop, you guys, stop it. And we're like, she goes, cut. No, you guys can't hit each other like that. And I was like, oh, well, you know, we just thought we'd give it a go, you know. And they were like, no, you can't do that. And anyway, we went on and I finished that series and then jumped forward 8 years to 2006. And Rob Tappert was making this movie called 30 Days of Night. And they were looking for an Inuit, which is an Eskimo looking character called Billy Kitka. And at the time I had a beard down to here and my hair was long. And I got the audition for it, and I went and had a look at the comic books, and I opened up the comic book and I went, that's me! I can get this role. You know, so I went into the studio. This is one of these funny things as an actor when you have to judge your performances. When I did the audition for Billy Kitka's scene where they come into the room, like the vampires are taking over the town, and they go into this room and there's dead bodies underneath this sheet, and it's his family, and he's like destroyed, and he has to say